What's your favorite car? What would you purchase? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about saving some taxes in an unconventional way. And let's also talk about driving supercars, or let's just call it high-end cars, for free. As you may know, I posted a video the other day that I am selling the Porsche GT3 RS. We believe we're going to get about $200,000 from that, a nice little come up. Did purchase that car for $156,000, so after some fees and things, going to make about $40,000 or so off of that particular purchase, basically driving it for free. On the way to Nashville, Tennessee, to a place called Velocity Motors. Talking to Brian over there, amazing guy. He's taking care of everything. Has some really great cars over there. I think he only sells just like top end, great specs, great condition, used vehicles. For the purpose, I'm going up there to look at a Ferrari 488 Spider, which is, to be quite honest with you, not anything I'm looking for. Actually, if I was going to say to you that this car was wrong, I would say it has everything that I don't want. The high mileage, the seats that I don't want, the coloring I don't necessarily want, and it has things, it doesn't have the things that I do want, which would be like a lift system, the hi-fi system, a completely different color, the racing seats, all those types of things. So, but whenever purchasing, especially when purchasing with purpose, it is very important you don't do emotionally. If you purchase emotionally, you are going to end up paying too much. It is what it is. Sales is coming from, as from a sales guy, you sell people emotionally. People generally buy emotionally, and they justify it logically after the fact. However, you got to step away from that and you got to buy it logically. So going up to look at the 488, still going to be a great car, still going to be a Ferrari. I know it's not anything that I'm looking for. However, I do think that it is potentially going to be the right option, mainly because it offers the greatest opportunity to do what I have been doing the last 5 years, which is driving a supercar completely for free. If you remember, I posted a video that I picked up the Ferrari California for $108,000. I sold it for like $120, $125, somewhere around there. So let's just call it made a little bit of money there. I took that money, I then put that into the Porsche GT3 RS, bought that for $156, and now I'm going to sell that for $200,000. And then potentially I'm going to take this $200,000 and put it into a Ferrari 488. That's going to be around the $250,000 mark. So why am I going up and buying a car that I don't necessarily love? Well, the reason is because it saves in value. Again, my main goal is to buy this car or to drive this car for free. One of the big pieces of cost of ownership when you're purchasing a car, especially one that's, $250,000, is taxes. And so what happens is when you purchase and sell from the same dealership, there's this loophole, or let's just call it a fact, that allows you to save a tremendous amount of taxes. So what happens is, let's say I go up and I sell the car through Velocity Motors and they sell for $200,000. I get $200,000 in my hand. If I take that $200,000 and then I purchase a car that I really love, which they do have one in Ferrari of Atlanta, they have one in Ferrari of Denver, has all the right specs, all the right things, low mileage, really amazing car. I'm going to end up having to pay the full amount, so 7% of taxes on the full car amount of $250,000. If I purchase it from Velocity Motors and I get a car from Velocity Motors, they can apply the $200,000 that I earned, being like I didn't even earn it, and they can put it right to the car's price, meaning that if I buy a car for $250 and I sold mine for $200, I only have to pay taxes on the $50,000. So 7% of $50,000 is obviously a lot more different of a number than $7,000 on $250,000. So a tremendous amount of savings there. And oftentimes that $14,000, that savings can be the difference between driving a car for free and not driving a car for free, or driving a car for basically free, not driving it for free. So two different options I can go to, and it's very important. And most people that are money conscious are living this particular way. It can be applied with watches, can be applied with houses, can be applied with a number of different things. But you have to look at the overall deal and make sure it makes sense logically, then justify it emotionally. I can tell you that sitting in this 488, even though it doesn't have all the things, I'm still going to love it. It's still going to be a Ferrari. It's still going to sound like a Ferrari. It's still going to drive like a Ferrari. So it's still going to be fantastic. However, it's going to save me a lot more money. So my options, again, just to recap, sell my car to dealership, get a $200,000 check, go, man, I got to have this car because it has the perfect matte finish and the beautiful interior and the bucket seats and the lifting system and all the carbon everywhere and everything I want to it. It's an amazing specimen, exactly what I want. And let me go spend $14,000 more for that particular vehicle. Or I can say, you know what? I don't need all those bells and whistles, or I don't need exactly what I just need. I just want a really great car. And you know what? I'm gonna get into this thing. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm going to, save me the $14,000, so that when I go resell it later, I have much lower cost of ownership as far as the base price. So that when I sell it, if I sell it for the same price, I'm really not out much of anything other than maybe some consignment fees, some insurance and things like that along the way. So, just a short video, just something to think about, guys. This applies as well to houses. I've bought in some properties before that I didn't love the house. I didn't love the location. It was too close to the neighbors. The square footage wasn't right. All the things, whatever. However, the house itself was a great value, and the neighborhood is going to go up in value. So rather than getting the house that I wanted, I bought that one with the idea that I was going to make 20 or 30% on the come up from it, and that worked. So sometimes when you're building generational wealth, again, if you're multi-millionaire, for the people that are right down here, like, who cares about taxes? If you can afford a Ferrari, you probably don't have to worry about taxes. Well, you can afford a Ferrari if you're thinking about things like taxes. Well, that's what a lot of the rich people don't tell you. If you're frugal and you're thinking about these micro moves that you're making, purchasing with purpose, really thinking about it, that's how you accumulate the wealth that you can get to then go purchase these types of things. If you think about things, though, as a business deal, and always logically, like, is this going to help me build towards my goal, whatever your FIRE number is, you will make it there. If you just randomly purchase and go, I just love it, I gotta have it, I'm gonna reward myself, you will probably end up forever struggling, unfortunately. So again, just quick video. If you got any value out of this, I appreciate a like, I appreciate a comment. If you're gonna buy a supercar, what would it be? I'm always interested. I personally love Ferrari. I had one before. The day I sold it, my heart lost a little piece to it. I want to refill that piece of my heart. It is amazing. I think it's better than any other thing that's out there that I can possibly think of. I love the Porsche GT3 RS, but it's still a Porsche. It still feels like a go-kart. I just want the sound of Ferrari, the refinement of a Ferrari. The inside is completely different, owning both cars and several others. What's your favorite car? What would you purchase? And what do you think? Should you just splurge and waste 15 grand on taxes just to get the car that you want? Because it won't really affect you anyway? Or should you still live frugal and think about these small little things, even though you don't necessarily need to anymore? Should you still do it so you can build large generational wealth? I'd love to know your thoughts. And of course, if you see value, share this with a friend. If you purchase with purpose, if you're starting to think about these things, you can become an automatic millionaire going from nothing to something in a very short period of time. Anybody can do it. It's possible. I came from nothing. Now I'm at. You can do it too. Follow, learn, share.